Infidelity is one of the most painful wounds that can be inflicted in a relationship. When someone you love and trust chooses to engage in multiple relationships and invest in those connections, it can leave you feeling deeply hurt, betrayed, and uncertain about the future. However, in times of betrayal, Jesus Christ offers comfort, wisdom, and guidance to help you navigate the difficult journey ahead. Jesus teaches us that love and commitment are sacred. When two people come together in a relationship, especially one founded on love and faith, it mirrors God's love for us. Just as Jesus is committed to us, we are called to honor and cherish the bonds we share with others. In Mark 10:6-9, Jesus emphasizes the sanctity of commitment. But at the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. These words remind us of the beauty and seriousness of relationships. When a partner steps outside that bond, it doesn't just cause emotional pain, it also breaks the trust that is meant to be the foundation of the relationship. Jesus is clear about the importance of integrity, honesty, and faithfulness in all aspects of life, especially in our relationships. Infidelity can make you feel like you've been discarded, as if you are not enough. But remember, your worth is not determined by the actions of others. You are a beloved child of God, and nothing can diminish the value He has placed on you. Psalm 139:14 reminds us of this truth. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. God sees your pain, and He understands the weight of your heart. Take comfort, Jesus Himself experienced betrayal. One of His closest disciples, Judas, betrayed Him for selfish gain, selling Him out for a few pieces of silver. Yet, even in the face of this betrayal, Jesus responded with grace, forgiveness, and trust in God's greater plan. In moments of betrayal, it's easy to feel anger, resentment, and bitterness. You might wonder why your partner is seeking fulfillment in other relationships, investing in something that only brings pain and division. But Jesus calls us to rise above bitterness and find healing through forgiveness, grace, and trust in God. Ephesians 4:31-32 offers this wisdom. Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Forgiveness doesn't mean ignoring the harm that's been done or pretending the betrayal didn't hurt. It means choosing to let go of resentment and allowing God to heal your heart. Forgiveness is an act of faith, trusting that God will restore what's been broken, whether in this relationship or through your future healing. At the same time, Jesus teaches us to value truth and honesty. A relationship cannot thrive if there is deceit, manipulation, or a lack of respect for the sacred commitment that has been made. If your partner is involved in multiple affairs and prioritizing those relationships over yours, it may be time to seek wisdom and guidance from God on how to move forward. James 1:5 reminds us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." Now is the time to turn to God in prayer. Ask for His guidance, wisdom, and strength to make the decisions that are best for your heart and future. Jesus is a source of comfort and strength during uncertain times, and He promises to be with you every step of the way, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Remember that God desires for us to be in relationships that honor Him, relationships built on love, respect, and mutual commitment. If your partner is unwilling or unable to honor that commitment, know that God has a greater plan for your life. He can bring healing to your heart, restoration to your spirit, and peace to your soul. Jeremiah 29:11 offers this hope. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This season of heartbreak and betrayal is not the end of your story. God is with you in your pain and is preparing something beautiful for your future, whether that involves reconciliation in your current relationship or moving forward in faith towards something new. Trust that God will lead you to a place of healing and wholeness. Lastly, if you are struggling with feelings of anger or resentment toward your partner, remember that Jesus calls us to pray for those who hurt us. In Matthew 5:44, He says, "But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." Praying for someone who has caused you pain may feel impossible, but it's a way to release yourself from anger's grip and invite God's healing into the situation. Through prayer, you can find peace, and you can trust that God will work in both your heart and your partner's heart. This message encourages healing, forgiveness, and trust in God's plan, even when faced with the deep pain of infidelity. If you would like to explore more aspects or need further guidance, feel free to reach out.